Hey there, welcome to Dive Bar Comedy. I am Wild Joe.
This is GT.
Welcome to episode 62.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's flying. Those episodes are flying like crazy.
It's every Wednesday or Tuesday night, actually. It's Tuesday night at midnight, but I think that might be Eastern time, so I think it comes out like 9 p.m. on the West Coast on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. I was like thinking the other day, I don't know. It's normal for people to feel jealous when comedians just start progressing. They start like going up everywhere.
Is that a question or a statement? Is it normal to feel jealous? Jealous or envious?
Envious, jealous, you know.
I think there's a difference.
What's the difference?
I think jealousy is more mean. Envious is like, oh, I wish I could have that. Or jealousy is that, like, that asshole. Can't believe that motherfucker got that. You know? I think so.
When when comedians, they're not working as hard as you, but they're progressing faster and getting up everywhere. And
who are you thinking of? Who are you jealous of, GT?
no, it's just there's like comedians who will get all the attention, but you're like, oh, I don't get as much attention, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
something's not right. But and then you start thinking that you gotta have good heart. You gotta feel good about this person or this person's are progressing.
Well, it depends on the
Maybe
person.
their situation is different.
Maybe they're a genius. Maybe they're a comedic genius, and they just hit the scene and they were so funny that they got recognized right away. Or maybe they're like very socially good with people and they made the right friends and the right connections and they got in that way. Or they're just so different that people were they saw them and they were like, wow, this person has something that I've never seen before. It's amazing. You never know. Or maybe they just know how to play the game. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I remember when Tommy Morris was like the talent coordinator at the Comedy Store back in from 2000, when I used to go to the Comedy Store between 2010 and 2014, 15. He left in 2014. He used to put me up a lot, and I could feel a lot of people were kind of envious of me. But now it's like I don't go up at the Comedy Store, and now because Tommy Morris is not there, now I'm envious of those people who are going up all the time.
Well, it depends on, like, for example, we've talked about some of the shows that these people started as micers and then they became kind of big shows at the Comedy Store, like on Kill Tony. Like, you look at somebody like Tony and you might feel jealous because he's sort of a jerk to everyone. Where if you look at like Jeremiah Watkins, who is also on that show, he's just the nicest guy ever. You're not going to feel as jealous about him.
Yeah. If the guy is a punk, you're jealous and you feel like,
Like you don't want good things to happen to bad people. You want good things to happen to good people. So if somebody's super nice, you don't really feel as jealous about it.
Yeah. And they, I don't know, it's always good to have a good heart, like I was saying, help out. I always like try to, like, if someone's progressing and the guy's cool, I try to have good heart and say, okay, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I thought
put the enviousness away, put the jealousness away, and try to have a good heart.
Well, that's why I thought of Jeremiah Watkins, because he just seems like such a nice guy. I don't know him well, but he was always so nice. He's also, every single day you go out, he's always there at the Comedy Store trying to do something. And he works really hard, and he's very, very funny. And I just, I see he's on a big billboard, and he's got his comedy music career going with his duo, Regan and Watkins, as well as being on Kill Tony and other things. And And I just feel happy for him because he's such a nice person. That's just why that example popped into my mind.
Certain people, I remember I saw him progressing, getting more shows, and I wanted to help him out with my shows. I'm like, hey, I'll book you on one of the shows. And he was like, I don't want to be on your fucking show. And I was like, oh, wow. It's like the worst feeling ever. It's like when you tell someone, hey,
Yeah.
when you try to help them out and you try not to feel, you try to feel good about it, like you're getting up, you're getting it done. I want to help you out too. And then when they turn around and they go, no, I don't want to be on your shitty show.
Yeah, like they're too good.
Yeah,
well,
and then
we had a lot of people that have nothing going on that are not famous in any way, that have almost zero momentum. And this seems to have happened with a couple of female comics that I can think of specifically who want to get paid to be on your show. They all of a sudden start asking for money. They've never been paid in their life. Maybe they just figure, hey, my time is valuable. I'm not doing comedy unless I get paid. But that's pretty rare to get paid as a brand new beginning comic. Yeah,
I have brand new comedians think that, they should get paid. And that's the new, usually it's the new comedians. And some comedians now, some veteran comedians, like veteran open micers, like who are doing shows outside of LA, not in LA, maybe in Ontario, Riverside, Barstow, Fresno, Bakersfield, and you give them a show, they're like, I only do paid shows. And then when I look at their Facebook, they're way far out. They're doing shows way far out.
Yeah, because LA is not the place for paid shows. You got to tour. You got to tour the country. Which, by the way, we have a show coming up. Our first show outside of the LA area, the GT's Comedy Jam.
Yeah, we're doing a show at San Clemente.
And San Clemente is near the beach, right?
San Clemente Beach, yeah, Knuckleheads.
Down between LA and San Diego, right?
Right, exactly. 1717 North El Camino Real in San Clemente Beach.
It's called Knuckleheads.
Yeah, it's another dive bar called Knuckleheads. They have a stage. And it's more like a biker bar.
What day is that? Saturday night.
Saturday, yeah. Starts 8:30.
Saturday night, October 14th, is that correct? Or October 12th? I don't remember the date. But that weekend, I think.
October 12th. Saturday, October 12th.
October 12th. That's it.
Yeah.
We have a 8 p.m. 8 p.m. you're starting?
Starts 8:30 p.m.
8:30. Okay. And it's still $10.
$10 to get in. And some comedians want to drive out there even though it's not a paid gig.
Yeah, you booked that show so fast. Faster than your regular shows.
Yeah, some people want to go outside of their range. They're tired of LA. They're tired of the whole LA people. They're tired. They want to go out, do something else. Knuckleheads has been really supportive. They made the flyers. They made the posters. They've been posting around. Actually, they made a Facebook page about it too.
You said that was a biker bar, right?
Yeah. So
kind of has a biker bar feel.
There's bikers all, a lot of.
Well, that'll be different. That'll be different. Something different.
Yeah. I've been there. It's an intense crowd, and
that'll be great. Fun for us.
Yeah. We're not going to be filming that one though.
No, but people can come if they're in the more south of LA, in the San Diego or the Orange County area. Come out, and Long Beach. Come out, see us at Knuckleheads, and check us out.
Yeah, it's like it's. I like doing dive bars because the regulars usually are there just to drink and watch sports and all that. They're not there for comedy. So if you can make those people laugh, you probably can make anyone laugh.
Yeah, if I can make a bunch of tough biker gang laugh, well, that'll be something just to remember for the rest of my life. One time I went to a fire station. We took a tour of our local fire station, me and my friend Audrey. And I forgot what I said. I wish I remembered. But I made everybody in all the firemen in the break room just bust out laughing. And I was like, oh, that's pretty different. That was impressive. I was impressed with myself. Wow. I made some little joke. I forgot what. But everybody started dying laughing. I was like, oh, I made a whole room of firemen laugh.
When was this? Before you became a comedian?
No, I was a comedian. But it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, so we have that show that's awesome coming up, and then we have a special Halloween show at Liquid Zoo, which is our regular last Thursday of every month, but it's Halloween, so we're going to do our costume contest. This is I believe it is our 3rd straight Halloween doing a show. So so that'll be fun too. So people got to come and check us out, see us live.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the Dr. Jam? You got there, like I'm Mista See here for the skit bag spin. We got our first comedian coming to the stage. This man sets it up for all of us. He puts us all down. He keeps it moving. Known this man for a decade, and he's a soldier to the end of life. So true to himself, he'll overpay you because he's so fucking honest. I'm gonna soldier guy. Put your hands together. Show them up for GT, the gangster, to Brian!
Wow, yeah. Man. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. The other day, my wife, she has this electronic monitoring system on me, people. Yeah. Called iPhone. She hit me up the other day. She goes, "What the fuck you doing? 12 o'clock at night in some park in downtown LA for the last 20 minutes." I was like, honey, and she FaceTimed me. I was like, I just pulled over. I'm just like, I got drowsy. You want me to crash? She goes, yeah, right! You're probably out getting head from some transsexual. I was like, all this time, I thought it was a female. Oh, man. So, you know, my wife, man, she's like, it's like the other day, you know, I told my wife, what do you think about me going to a sex robot brothel? It's a sex robot brothel, you know? What do you think about me going to the sex robot brothel? She goes, that's cheating. Well, how can it be fucking cheating? You know what I mean? It's a robot. You know? I said, what about your vibrators and dildos? That too is a freaking robot, isn't it? She goes, no, that's cheating, that's cheating. I'm like, give me a break. So the other day she found some panties in my glove compartment. She goes, whose panties are these? I was like, I don't know. Smell it. She goes, no, you smell it. I was like, fine, I'll smell it. So I took a sniff. You know what it smelled like? WD-40. Sex robot pussy. She goes, I can't believe you cheated on me. How much did you pay? The average, $200 plus activation fee. Oh my God! That's infidelity. Infidelity? That sounds like a freaking bank. Infidelity. Oh my God. A lot of women's pussies are going dry. It's a huge epidemic, people. It's a huge problem. Some people say it's caused by global warming. According to fake news, CNN. But you gotta understand, pussy loves oil. Just like motor, just like engine. It loves oil. Don't you not agree? Rub it up against the surfaces. You gotta lubricate that shit. Or it's gonna overheat and cause a blown head gasket. I remember back in the day, women used to squirt. Be a caution sign. Be aware. I'm a squirter. Oh, what the fuck? It's a fire extinguisher. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm just like, Dad woke up. I told my wife I want to put my dick in your mouth. She goes, my mouth is asleep. I said, what the fuck, your mouth is asleep? I didn't sign up for this shit. I thought you could get head on demand. So, I said, I have an idea. I went to the garage, got it all hard. Picked up the black spray paint and spray painted my dick black. Went back inside the house. I'm like, honey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up before he goes down. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, she right away went to town. Because she loves black dick. I said, honey, if we were to do a side-by-side comparison between a black dick and my dick, which dick would you prefer? She said, your dick. Ah, sweetie, you're such a sweetheart. But she said it would have been better if you wore a ski mask. Skeletal ski mask. I'm like, oh my God, what a whore. Only a whore would say something like that. A ski mask. Oh man. I have a little baby boy now. Yeah, I went downtown, South LA, to some swap meet and got myself a ski mask. That's how I impregnated my wife, wearing a ski mask. So I look at my boy. He don't look like me at all. I'm not like, this my boy. I like my boy. But when I hold my boy, I feel like he's my boy. But when I hold at him, but when I look at him, he don't look like me at all. He looks like some white boy. He looks like some Armenian in disguise. But when I hold him, I feel like he's my son. So I'll never fuck with a ski mask. Oh my God. I got my son circumcised. Yeah. I saw him get circumcised. That thing was like, they were cutting it like it was a freaking a can opener. And they threw that foreskin in a container. I was like, well, are you going to donate that to something? Or who are you going to donate to? Are you going to give it to some research? Yeah. I forgot the punchline for that shit. But anyways. We got a heckler. You know, what? This is the main reason we started Dive Bar Comedy Sizzle, because of this place. We had a lot of situations here. And now we're working on a sizzle with a producer. He's not here today. We were recording it last time, and the one before. And the producer's not here today. But thanks a lot, guys, coming up. Make sure you go to divebarcomedy.com and check out our podcast.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Another round of applause for TT, the gangster tackle power. That's the fuck I'm talking about. You know, y'all looking pretty good up in here. Anybody want to have sex? Anybody? No? Alright. I don't use condoms, by the way. But I don't have kids, so my pull-out game is strong. Oh my God. As soon as you get that deep breath, it's like, I'm out. As soon as you get that deep breath, oh shit, I'm out. I'm out. It's on your cheek, bitch. It's on your butt. It's on your shirt. I'm sorry about that. I'll wash it tomorrow.
Hey ladies, you want some hot deals on sexy styles? Check out everydaysweetheart.com for everyday great deals on cute and sexy outfits, clubwear, mini dresses, leggings, sexy lingerie, and guys, feel free to stop by too and find something hot for the girl of your dreams. That's everydaysweetheart.com, and for 10% off, use the friend code TAKE10. That's TAKE10. Thanks a lot.
So you guys having a good time so far? Yeah! You goddamn right. You ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? Yeah! You goddamn right you are. Are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? Yeah! Fuck yeah, put things together, show some love for the lady in this shit. She fly, she smooth, she pretty, she smart, she cool, she sweet, and she is dancing to two motherfuckers with a gun on Sunday. Put your hands together for Miss Wow 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 Joe!
Oh man, GT is a tough act to follow. And I have to admit, he is my husband. So thank you, GT, for dedicating your whole set to me. That was sweet. Remember, you guys, this is comedy. These are jokes. I'm not going to tell you which of those jokes are real. But I do love black dick. So. It's crazy, though. Getting famous in this town, it's like you have to make a sex tape. You know? Gotta hook up with Ray J or... But, crazy, like, how many feet of a black dick do I have to take to get my own TV show? Luckily we have 2 football teams now in LA, right? I can just hang out down in Inglewood, rack up some real yardage. No, life has changed for me. I have 2 babies now. So, yeah, my life's a lot different. But some things haven't changed. I'm still topless half the time I'm in public. But nobody's throwing ones at me anymore. My tits are out all the time. I mean, but the only one giving them attention is little baby. It's not the same. But I was actually shocked when my daughter was born. She had all the tongue action. Like, I couldn't believe this baby. It wasn't just sucking. She's like flicking her tongue and shaking it. It was like she's trying to like shuck an oyster. So, yeah. If any of you guys ever get bit by a snake, I have someone who can suck the venom out. Then I had my little son. I thought it'd be the same thing, but he had like a little small mouth that barely opened and was like all soft. It's like I'm nursing a goldfish on one side and a vampire on the other. But
Yeah, it's been hot. It's been hot this summer. And now that I have kids, I've been concerned about these hot car deaths, that people are leaving their baby in the back seat of a car, and the temperature gets just too hot in there and they die. So I started researching it. I found out there's a trick they give people so that this will never happen to you. They say put something in the back seat that you would never ever forget. Like your fucking baby! How are you going to forget your baby? Oh, my babies would never let me forget them. They are too loud. They're crying all the time. Seriously. But they're cute. I bring my babies to a party. And I get this line. I always get this line. People say, oh my God, your baby is so cute. I want to steal her. Like, that's a felony. First of all. But if you knew how much she shits and cries, you would not be saying that. Yeah. These babies take monumental shits, people. Monumental shit. And they hate having their diaper changed. They're kicking. The little baby foot is going in the shit and then going all over the wall like a little shit stamp. But I better save it. I better lacquer over it or something because that's the only footprint I have. They don't give you footprints in the hospital anymore. Yeah, probably all of us on our birth certificate have like the little footprints. They don't do that anymore. They're like, it's too hard. Yeah, you gotta buy a kit from Target and do it yourself now. Rough. Now, I did take a lot of pictures. As soon as my baby girl was born, I started using her to increase my Instagram following. She gets a lot of likes. But nothing makes you look older than taking every picture next to a newborn baby. Horrible. It's worse than bad lighting. I actually waited until I was 40 to get pregnant, which I recommend for anyone. Thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun. I had my whole 20s and 30s to have fun in LA. But it's kind of hard when you're an older mother. You have to worry. You know, now I have to worry that my baby's going to come out retarded. But not because I'm 40, because my husband is retarded. What did you think I was going to get after 40, people? It's true what they say. All the good ones are taken. You know, when I was young, life was like a smorgasbord of men. I mean, there were like, I could choose anything I wanted. There was everything right in front of me. All kinds of men, every flavor. One day I looked around, just a couple of straggly pieces of lettuce, a soggy noodle. Rough. Really rough. But, I tried to maintain a good sex life even after being pregnant. I looked up this chart. It has all the sex positions for every trimester. Yeah, you could get freaky deaky. But then my doctor told me no more sex. I got cut off. Yeah, about halfway through the pregnancy, so it was a long dry spell. And then after the baby is born, you have a full-time cock blocker living with you, literally in between you. I mean, there's no better birth control. It's a real barrier method. That's for sure. So, yeah. But now I'm doing all the positions. I'm doing, thank you. I'm doing side lying. I'm doing crossbody, reverse football hold. These are breastfeeding positions, people. I may not be having sex, but there's still a wet wet spot in the bed. All right, you guys. Thanks a lot. I'm glad so. Have a good time tonight.
Great job. Another round of applause for this wild. You enjoy that, guys? You good, right?
LA residents, are you tired of slippery floors? Are you afraid you might slip on your tile? Well, check out tightgripla.com. It's a local business coming out, surveying your floors, and treating it with a non-slip solution, a semi-permanent non-slip solution that will keep your floors safe, whether in the rain outdoors or indoors in the kitchen or bathroom areas that sometimes get wet and very slippery. So if you want safer floors and to not get injured while you're just walking around, check out tightgripla.com. We are back. Dive Bar Comedy.
Yeah, Dive Bar Comedy. We're here with Dana.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I love your voice, Dana. It's so clear and crisp.
It must be the East Coast.
Maybe. No, but East Coast people, the men have deep voices, like gravelly, kind of manly voices, it seems like. I don't know. But it's very sharp and nice and crisp.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So, you brought more family members to this show, huh?
I did. My daughter, my niece, and a date for my niece.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You picked the date?
No, she met him out here. She moved out from Philadelphia a few months ago.
Wow. So, we get to meet your whole family. I already met your son.
That's right. He was here before.
So, this is interesting. It's a family affair.
So, did you guys all come in one car?
Yes.
You must have a big SUV.
Nope. Just a four-seater.
Squeeze him in.
We like it close.
So, what's it like? Having? How many daughters do you have? 2, 3 daughters?
I have 3 stepdaughters and then 1 daughter of my own.
3 stepdaughters.
Yes.
It's like almost like the Brady Bunch.
It is. And they're older now. They're all in their 30s.
Aw.
So.
Well, I'm sure you were a nice stepmother. I don't imagine you as a wicked stepmother.
Yeah, I was not the evil stepmother. I was pretty nice.
So they still like you.
Yeah, their mother's the crazy one, not me.
Oh, good.
So you got a show at the main room coming up. When is it?
Yeah, on the 22nd, I'll be at Flappers in the main room.
Cool. So you've been doing Flappers the most.
Yeah, I'm usually there about twice a month.
It's your home club.
Yes, it's actually the first place, because I've only been doing this less than a year, like 9 months.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first place I tried out. And so I'm there like twice a month.
Great. Wow, you've been on our show like since the very beginning then.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
She's like a regular on GT's comedy channel.
Wow.
It's a good place to be.
Wow. Are you still working on your movie or?
Yep.
Okay. How's that going?
Good. We're in pre-production, getting things together.
Oh,
and
cool.
hopefully by, we probably won't actually start filming until the first of the year.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Well, that's exciting. A lot of people have movie projects going on, but not that many people even get as far as pre-production.
Yes.
They just write the script and it just disappears.
I got a couple of great scripts I just wrote. I just did this comedy script. It's actually based on my life in the 90s when we owned video stores.
Oh, cool.
And it's very funny because we lived with our business partner who was a gay guy. And so imagine a 45-year-old gay guy raising a 1-year-old and a 16-year-old with a married couple. Hilarity ensues.
It's like Gay Nanny.
Yes. Yeah, it was very eye-opening for all of us.
Aw. That's cute.
So that should be interesting.
Wow. Well, good luck. That's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to be starting our show soon. So for people listening, where can they find you on social media and that kind of thing?
All you have to do is look up Dana Olita Ogden, so a DanaOlita Ogden, and you will find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
You're all over the place.
I am.
Cool.
All right, Dana. Hey, thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, you need a party tent. You need a commercial tent. You need a tent because you have no garage. Well, log on to webtentsale.com, WEBTENTSALE.com, and check out our site. This site is designed for commercial tents, party tents, and anything but camping tents. So if you need a tent because you have a party and you will need to buy it instead of renting it all the time, you're tired of throwing your money down the drain, Well, go to our website, webtentsale.com, and check it out and order your tent right now.
So you guys ready for the next comedian come to the stage? Goddamn right, this is a PA State stimulate motherfucker from the crib, back east, cold and cool. She got one name and she's bad than a motherfucker. It's the D-A-N-A, Miss Dana!
How is everybody on this fine evening? Glad to hear. Glad to hear. So, I just turned 50 last month. Thank you. I survived. Nobody thought I would make it that far, but I did. One of the things that I realized as you get older, there becomes this disconnect between your brain and your body. And the older you get, the bigger the disconnect is. So your brain will say shit like, you're only as old as you think you are. You can do that. You're still young. And I'm here to tell you, bullshit. You can't get over it, right? You know, as your kid's walking by and she's doing cartwheels, and you go, yeah, you know, I could still do that shit. That's not that hard. And your brain goes, yeah, you can still do that. No, don't listen. It is fooling you, right? Because as you start that and you put your hands down, your brain suddenly goes, hello, asshole, are you crazy? You can't do that shit. And as you fall over and you break your leg, let me tell you, it is so much easier to break your leg when you're this old, and it is twice as long to heal. So don't listen to your brain, right? So I have been with my husband for 30 years. 30 years, that's a long time. We are currently in what I call a bi-curious relationship. See, we're living bi-coastally. He's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast. And I'm curious to see which one of us is going to give in and move to the other coast first. Because that's kind of how it goes. Listen, when you get this old, that's the most excitement you're getting. So, the other thing I realized as you get older is you have this filter. And when you're 20, I'm going to give you examples of when you're driving, right? So when I was 20 and driving and somebody cut me off, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And so when I was 30 and driving and somebody cut me off, I'd be like, hey, asshole, you cut me off. So, you know, we'll go another 10 years, 40, I'm driving, somebody cuts me off, and I go, honk, yo, asshole, you cut me off. You get to 50, and it's like, roll down the window, run him down and go, hey, you motherfucker, you ran me off the road. So, as you get older, this filter leaves, right? I figure by the time I'm 60, people get the hell off the road because I will probably kill you. So, I think that this filter is why we had a lot of older people who voted for Trump. Because once that filter goes, you're just fucking crazy. You don't listen to anything anybody says. So it gets a little bit scary at that point, right? As GT and Mista See said, I am from Philly. Where's everybody from? Anybody here? Anybody here from LA? Only one person in the room from LA, right? That is a common thing that I find everywhere I go, right? In this town, nobody is from this town. It's like, I think 100,000 people are born a year. 100,000 people are born every single year in this town, and I haven't found 15 of them yet. I was beginning to wonder if it's like a flat earth thing, and as people come from the East Coast, do we have to balance it out and send some people over there? Like, or else maybe it'll fall over? I don't know. It's very strange. Seems to be an issue out here. Kind of like your sports pride. Seems to be missing too. Except the Dodgers. Everybody's got Dodger pride. I mean, I'm not even from here, I get Dodger pride, but when it comes to football, you guys don't have spirit like Philadelphia does. You haven't had a clue there. I mean, I went to an LA football game and it was like easy to buy tickets. Back home, you gotta wait like 2 years for tickets and you gotta buy them from some guy named Guido and pay 4 times the face value. Here it's like, what do you want, 2, 4, 8, 10? game and it's a sea of green Eagles jerseys. Like, that shit would get you killed if you wore an LA jersey in the Eagles Stadium. I mean, in the Eagles Stadium, we actually have a judge and a courtroom. We are the only stadium in America to have its own courtroom, so that you can be tried and convicted before halftime and sent off to jail, which in Philadelphia is a very common thing. I mean, we get people arrested at Little League games out in Philly. Little known fact, the mob actually had a softball team, the Philadelphia Mob, in the 70s and 80s, until they began to run out of players as mob members were being killed in the 80s. True fact, right? Crazy shit only in Philadelphia. So, thank you very much. Don't forget your bartender. Have a great night.
Very good, very good. That's right. Good job, Dana. You guys like Dana?
Attention all drinkers. Attention all drinkers. Do you like a smooth tasting vodka that goes down with no burn? How about Global Vodka, straight from Italy? Check it out. You can find it at global-vodka.com. Not only does it have a smooth, great taste, it also is gluten-free and organic for you health nuts. So try Global Vodka. You can find it at global-vodka.com, or next time you're in LA, check it out at Universal Bar and Grill.
Hey, we're at the Lotus Lounge here in East Hollywood. You don't like to call it East Hollywood. What do you like to call it?
I guess it's east of Hollywood, but East Hollywood is not a town.
East Hollywood thinks it's a town.
This is
I've
KJ
seen it on the
Vaughn.
signs.
We got KJ Vaughn here. What's up?
Nothing much. Excited to be in quote-unquote East Hollywood.
Where are the signs that say East Hollywood?
I don't know. I've seen them on Vermont.
Okay.
So maybe.
Maybe we are East Hollywood.
Maybe.
West Hollywood's a town.
Yeah, I will say East Hollywood feels like not as committed to being a town as West Hollywood.
Well,
West Hollywood's all about it.
Actually,
it's totally a
like a city, like incorporated city.
Yeah.
Where this is a part of LA. It's east of Hollywood.
It's maybe Silver Lake and so it doesn't really know what it is. It doesn't
yeah.
know.
So,
yeah.
you've seen a sign that says East Hollywood?
I've seen him on Vermont, but I mean it's I think it's his branding. I don't know if it's really dubbed East Hollywood.
Yeah, you know Hollywood Hotel. You ever been to the mic over there?
No, I haven't. They do a mic in there?
Yeah.
I've heard about it though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What's your favorite mic? You do open mics?
Yes. I live on the west side, so I like a lot. There's not a lot of mics over there, but there's a couple. Big fan of LA School of Comedy. Does one on Thursdays, which is Santa Monica, pretty much like Santa Monica and Westwood Boulevard, something like that.
West Side Comedy Theater. It's like West Side Comedy.
That's over there. I haven't been to that one though. People tell me about it.
It was on Saturday.
Yeah.
These people I went to business school with are the ones that opened that place, and so I thought, oh, they know me. They'll give me a spot, and I wrote to them. They just referred me to the manager, and the manager just ignored my email.
Oh, at West Side?
Yeah.
Oh,
but I've never actually been there.
None of your school friends want to help you out.
Nobody ever helps me.
All your friends, nobody wants to help
Nobody
you out.
helps
You
me.
even wrote a letter,
They're
though.
even
The
CEOs.
time it would
Some
take.
of our
Wow.
They
CEOs.
agree. Yeah, they own the place.
They own the place,
People
and they
I
were like-
personally know own the place.
And they were
Didn't
like,
give me a spot.
go
Yeah.
talk to
You
the
know-
manager.
You know what, Joe?
Yeah.
One day when you blow up with your podcast and you're all big and famous, they're going to call you up, hey, you remember me? You're like, no.
Yeah, they're gonna say, "Want to come perform at West Side Comedy Theater?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
They're going to
"No."
write a letter to
No.
you saying, we would love to have you come perform.
No.
And you'll say, you know what, can you talk to my manager?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, LA School of Comedy is a good one. It's like a school, but they do an open mic every Thursday. And then
Did you go there? Did you go to school there?
I didn't know. I've had some friends who have done the class. It's Sunda Conquest is her name. She's the professor of comedy. She's a stand-up. I've seen her act. She's pretty good. Another one of my favorite ones is down in Gardena, if you're ever like heading towards the South Bay, at a place called Brutta's. It's like 8-minute, 7.5-8-minute sets, no charge, and it's just a fun room. They'll laugh at pretty much anything. Brutta's, yeah.
Okay.
So
It's a real comedy club.
well, yeah. I mean, it's like a
Gardena.
restaurant. Yeah, they do an open mic, and it's a great time. So
Hey, you know different places than we know. That's great.
yeah, it's crazy that there's so many. I meet so many comics who know some in one area, but then they hear of other stuff. So I myself am trying to branch out as much as possible. Although It is hard. There's so many going on.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so many shows, so many open mics.
Well, it depends what's close to your house, too, because if you have
True.
to drive even 30 minutes to go to an open mic, it better be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I live over on the west side, so that's usually what I go to. There's another one in Culver City called Rosie's Pop, which is a cool little open mic on Mondays and Wednesdays.
What's the main thing you learned doing like taking comedy classes? What's the main thing? No, don't
You
rock
didn't take
back
the
and
class.
forth.
I didn't take the comedy class.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I've heard it's kind of a mixed bag. It's like they'll kind of tell you what you already know in a way, so they'll just reaffirm what you're already good at, is what I've heard. But
Well, I took a class when I started. It was
Yeah.
6 weeks. I learned the structure of a joke,
okay,
which is important.
That's helpful, yeah.
Setup, punchline.
yeah,
Keep your setup as short as possible. Your
Oh,
punchline
okay.
as funny as possible. End on the funniest word. And then do tags, multiple punchlines in a row, and always end on the funniest punchline.
that
Go
seems
from
helpful.
cleaner to
yeah.
dirtier.
Yeah, I've heard of that one
and,
too.
You know,
Yeah.
talk about yourself.
Mhm.
Introduce yourself, that you're up there. Basically, they don't know you. And,
Yeah.
and it's like a celebration of your personality, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about taking a class. I might here. I've been doing
Yeah.
comedy for about 9 months now, so
If somebody's really good, I would make sure the teacher's really good.
yeah.
You know?
I think that's the hardest thing, especially in LA with all the acting and comedians going on. It's like, how do you know what you're paying for?
I went to a workshop, and it was like an agent workshop, and
Yeah.
somebody mentioned, one of the agents mentioned something about the book. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the book. Oh, yeah, there's a textbook called Psychology of Humor. And I ended up buying it like on Amazon.
okay. Yeah.
And it breaks down, like they had like a Tonight Show, or
Yeah.
I don't know which guests, like one of those late night shows where they have people talk.
Mhm.
And they broke down every time the audience laughed. And they identified 11 types of humor,
Oh.
like idioms, puns, like whatever they
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
And they really do it like scientifically, and it was really interesting.
Wow,
'Cause you don't think about it that
Yeah,
way.
I might have to check that out. I've heard of some stuff like that. Like I have a buddy at the Brothers open mic who runs it down there, Eric Escobar, really funny guy. He's in like a master's program of like humor theory
Okay.
/ psychology
Oh, wow.
or something.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so he
master's
definitely is like breaking it down. I'm sure that exists. It's crazy
Yeah.
to think of it like that. I guess I've never looked at comedy that way.
Yeah, they say comedy, like this book said, comedy is like your brain is laughing because there's like two things that are kind of discordant. Like there's the expected answer, and then
Yes.
there's the joke answer, and
Mhm.
they kind of bounce around in your head as like, I don't know, like that dissonance makes you laugh for some reason.
Okay. I see. The crazy thing is, it's cool because I think you can see some of that by just being out and like for me doing open mics, going to
Yeah.
shows. Another one that I've found, I've been watching through Cheers, which I'm really finding at the root of it is such a well-written show for setup punchline. You can,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm noticing these trends of what
Okay.
the punchline is, and usually it is that disconnect between what the character's thinking they're going to hear, and then they hear something that you're like,
Yeah.
why would I hear that? And then it's like that's the punchline. But yeah, that's kind of helped me a little bit as I think about my own structure of jokes and what I'm trying to write.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun talking to you. There's a lot of loud noise for people listening. There's a fan. We're right by a fan
Got this
and a
nice
lot of
vent
traffic.
going.
So we're gonna have to move this party down the road or something. So.
Cool. Excited to do Lotus Lounge. My first time here, but I've been out to Liquid Zoo, which is always a fun time. With
Where can people find you online?
you can find me at KJ_Vaughn on Instagram. Online, it's KJ Vaughn. KJ Vaughn with a space for my website. I actually have a website where I post some clips and stuff. I'm trying to keep that updated. Very poorly at that, but yeah. And then I do Facebook and stuff.
Go ahead. Plug in your Facebook.
Oh, then KJ Vaughn on Facebook. I post my shows there too.
You didn't tell us where you're from, exactly.
Oh, I'm from Michigan, so yeah.
All right, KJ Vaughn from Michigan. Can't wait to hear your stuff.
So excited.
Hey guys, you need flooring because your floors got messed up during the last party. You need flooring because your dog urinated all over the place and it's all brown and stained and it's buckling and it's warping because of your dog. You were out doing comedy. No one was home. Well, log on to selectflooring.biz. Selectflooring.biz. B-I-Z. And hit them up. Call them up. Say, hey, what your situation is.
All right. So y'all ready? 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 All right, put your hands together for the KJV. We call him King Jesus, KJ Vaughn.
I am one of those young bucks, 24, to any of the older ladies out there. Listen, times are tough. The dating apps aren't working. You gotta do what you can, okay? The rest of this set, I'm just gonna pump my stats, all right? They're, limited. I'm young, okay? I don't know. From white trash to another fellow white trash in Michigan, the Florida, the north, kind of like Missouri. You know you're white trash when you have lawnmowers in the yard that don't work, and they sit out there. Like, I went over to other friends' house, I was like, they don't have a lawnmower in their yard. And then it started to occur to me, I was like, oh, it's because we're white trash. We just keep it, It's like, my dad was like, we'll find a use for it one day, like when we scrap it out or something. Yeah, so give it up for that. I don't even know why I went on that. I was going to get to the prepared material. Probably should. I don't know. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. Thank you. Yeah, love you too, buddy. I've been thinking about baby boomers a lot. My parents were baby boomers. I think baby boomers built modern America, right? Everybody lauds them. One thing I don't think baby boomers get enough credit for, the serial killers they produced. I mean, listen, BTK, Son of Sam, Ted Bundy, that's a killer trio. Literally. By the vibe in this room, the rest of this joke is going to bomb, but I do not care. We're going there. We're going there, folks. I know. Listen, when I told somebody that I had this joke, I will say, I was like, hey, I got a joke about serial killers. She looked at me, straight face, and said, yeah, all serial killers have one thing in common. They look like you. And I was like, great. I mean, if comedy fails, I don't know if anybody else has ever had that happen. It was awkward. It was like over a dinner conversation, too. But what I'll say about serial killers, I was thinking about it. You know how we compare athletic generations, right? We compare, MJ to LeBron, Kyrie and Magic. I was thinking if we were to compare civilian killing generations, you'd probably have to give it to the serial killers, right? I don't think there's another generation that could do any, as well, let's say. And I thought about this. I had too much time on my hands, folks. You might be like, okay, early English 20th century killers, Jack the Ripper era. They're going around stabbing people. It's 2019. That just doesn't feel like a fair fight, okay? That feels like a 1950s NFL defense trying to stop Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, okay? It's not fair. Some people might say, KJ, what about 15th and 16th century European killers? It feels like sports pre- and post-color barrier. Not the same game, folks. So I was going to give it to serial killers. I really was. But then I thought a dark horse emerged, okay? My generation, Generation X, Y, Z, Millennial. I don't know what they call us anymore. I don't care. The mass shooter, to me, revolutionized the game, okay? I mean, any place, anytime, anywhere, by anybody, any number. That's terror on a whole new level, To me, the mass shooter's kind of like LeBron James. You can only hope to, contain it. You can never truly stop it. Hey, I just wanted to miss out on that one. Mista got that one. That's fine. That's fine. But I think the crazy thing, too, is it also depends on how you want to rank this. Because I've done this joke, and after a show, a girl came up to me, and she's like, well, if we're talking creativity, you've got to give it to serial killers. They were making lampshades out of skin. I was like, yeah, fair point. Fair point, okay? Fair point. Jeffrey Dahmer was finding new uses for the human body every time. I love that I'm getting, one or two. It's just making my night right now. But for me, I look at efficiency, okay? And I think the mass shooter, to me, is putting up, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison era stats numbers, okay? Some people say, 2 birds, 1 stone. I say 9 kids, 3 guns, okay? Just good stats, folks. We're talking stats here. I know. But what I'll say, too, is I think it's weird because it also relates to how the generations function, in general, right? To me, baby boomers and the serial killers, dedicated to something. You'd think to, stay on the run for 10 years. You'd have to pay attention to the details, really dedicated. And that reminds me of that generation. They were, willing to play Monopoly all the way to the end. They really cared about something. And then you have my generation. And the mass shooters just kind of it's Instagram likes and instant gratification. And our shooters are well, I'm just going to go in and get 5 and then I'm done, It just feels like it says something about the generation. That's what I'm really saying. I'll end on this and then I'll move on. I'll say that, obviously this is where it becomes a PSA. Yeah, you shouldn't kill. It's bad. Granted.
People forget it's comedy. I don't know. But what I will say is I did this joke at the Comedy Store a couple months ago, and it killed, folks. It killed. Not literally. No. All right. I wanted a little bit more than that. It's okay. I'll switch it up to not killing, but something that can kill you. Diabetes is real, folks. My sister posted on Facebook the other day. She was like, yay, I'm a type 1 diabetic. And I was a little confused because I was like, you're still a diabetic, you know? Like, it's like you still have the disease. But then I was talking to my mom, and I guess what had happened was when she got diagnosed, everyone just assumed she was type 2, which for those who don't know, kind of a refresher, type 1 is the it's not your fault diabetics. Type 2 is like you ate too many Twinkies and didn't run a mile, you know? Like, that's kind of where the line is. And it blows my mind because it says something about where we're at in 2019 with fat shaming that even doctors are doing it, okay? I mean, I guess my sister would go in and the doctor, they went to like 5 different doctors and the doctor would be like, yeah, you're a type 2. Like, it's a free test to do, but the doctor's like, no, I got this. By looking at my sister, you know, we know what happened here. You ate a little too much. I was like, the labs back there, like, not even healthcare costs could be a reason to not do the test. It's a free test, you know? Like, the lab's like, yeah, we'll run her blood. It's fine. It's free. And the doctor's like, no, I got this. I got this. Like, where are we at that a doctor's so confident will just be like, yeah, it's your fault. Ultimately, what I'll say is, like, if you see somebody out there, you know, like a really fat person, just think it could be, you know, their diabetes could be type 1, really, is ultimately the end of that. I love all this silence of theirs. Great. That's what I go for. They get it. I'll say that. Well, okay, we'll go back on to something else. My mom called me the other day. I talked to my mom a decent amount. I'm a good son. I don't know. You know, she got all nervous. She was like, "KJ, I'm talking to this guy." I said, "Sounds like trouble for my dad." You know. Thank you. But my dad left a few years ago. I couldn't have you thinking my mom was cheating on my dad. That's a bad look for me. Okay. Obviously, it's all about me. I have the mic. So my dad left a few years ago, but I think my mom got him back. I really do. My mom didn't get him a tombstone. So, thank you. I'll say two best responses I've had to that joke. I did it, and after a show, my friend was like, "Hey, great show. Didn't expect to hear a joke about your dead dad." I was like, "You don't know my comedy. It's killer." Okay, obviously, as we can attest to. But the other one was I did that, and like it was two guys sitting together. One guy immediately got it, was like, "Ooh, that's low," and then his friend was kind of like, "I'm not sure I get it." And as I'm walking off, the guy's just like, "His dad's dead," and then he's like, "Oh, that's so good." I was like you missed the point, but it was like a late reaction, you know. I don't know. That's really where I want to leave it. I feel like we've talked enough about death and destruction tonight. Somebody else is going to have to save the energy in this room because I just killed it. But I literally did. I'm KJ Vaughn. Let's keep having fun.
That's right. KJ Vaughn, baby.
So there's our show, episode 62 of Dive Bar Comedy. I hope you enjoyed our set and our favorite comedians, Dana and KJ Vaughn. Check us out every week for more fun comedy.
Yeah. Come show up. We got fans out there because I have fans that come up to me, say, "Hey, what up, GT? I listen to Dive Bar Comedy." And they're talking about the Liquid Zoo. Hey, we got shows coming up. You heard us. One in San Clemente Beach at Knuckleheads, another one at Van Nuys, the Liquid Zoo. Show up. It's only $10, buddy. Come on.
Yeah. And you can find all that information at the GT's Comedy Jam Facebook page or gtscomedyjam.com. And you can also subscribe to our podcast at divebarcomedy.com or anywhere you listen to podcasts.